this is a super clean Cobalt SS. You see a lot of them around these days, and they're not as nice looking as this. So tell me a little bit about this car and your ownership experience and what mods you might have done to it, stuff like that.
Right. So it's a 2009, which is the second year of the turbo model. They made the turbo from 2008 to 2010.
Because the first versions were supercharged, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
So from 05 to 07, they were supercharged. So I got this car with 26,000 miles 4 years ago, and right now it's got 38,000. So I treat it as my summer car. The only things I have done to it are there's a K&N cold air intake because I wanted to make turbo noises, which adds to the effect of the car, as you can hear right now. And then I've also got some Moog sway bar links.
Cool.
But other than that, that's it.
Sweet.
So probably the cleanest Cobalt, one of the cleanest Cobalts out there.
Did they make any changes between the first generation supercharged and these besides just changing the engine?
Well, they did. The seats are different. The steering wheel's different. I know they did. I want to say the differential and everything, like you said, the LSD.
It really pulls well.
It does. Yeah. Then it's got a different exhaust as well.
Okay.
Obviously, since it's a turbo car and not supercharged.
Yeah, you can. When you were doing some, little exterior flybys,
Yeah.
I could hear the exhaust. Like, he was making some little pops and burbles.
Oh, absolutely,
It sounded
yeah.
good. It sounded good from the outside.
Yeah, you do get some little pops and burbles from the factory, which is very, very cool.
That is neat. Yeah. Aww. Boost. And this is a 5-speed.
Yep. It is a 5-speed.
Yeah, because I was thinking, the gearing in this is a little bit long, but it works with the power band. It's it's not like you're bogging down. There's plenty of torque in the lower RPMs.
Yep.
And this is a great little car, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a car that isn't recognized by a lot of people, and I think definitely should be.
Mm-hmm. You've got a nice boost gauge here.
Yeah, the boost gauge is super cool.
Max out of what 16 psi?
I want to say it's 14.
14, okay.
Yeah.
Not too shabby, and it handles well. We'll take it through some turns here.
Some twisties.
Yeah. It's very comfortable to drive and very easy to drive quickly too, but it still has this is hydraulic steering, right?
Yep.
So you get good steering feedback.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit earlier on that entrance ramp, I was you could just feel the front tires starting to let go, and you could hear them, but I could feel it through the wheel really well.
That's partially because they're all seasons. I got to get some sportier tires on it.
Yeah,
Once I get some stickier tires, it'll be even better.
Oh yeah, yeah, it'll. Because this chassis does have a lot of grip to give.
Yep, the nose just darts in.
Yeah, it does. Turning is really nice. And we were talking about this earlier. They made a few changes to this interior, and I honestly don't think it has aged that badly. Like it looks good in here. The accents between the black and the silver and the red all look kind of cool, and it works. These seats are awesome. They're super supportive. They're actually pretty comfortable. I don't know if you've taken any long trips in this car or not, but
I have, yeah.
I bet they're great.
Back. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Did you get turbo noises as soon as you put the intake in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
sounds
so
awesome.
worth it. It sounds
yeah.
so cool.
It's great.
I honestly hesitate about putting an exhaust on it because I really like how it sounds right now.
Sure. Well, you know, if you're happy with it, why change it?
Right.
Yeah, I had a friend who bought one of these and owned it. I think he owned it for about a year, and it definitely wasn't as clean as yours. But I did drive it a little bit, and it was fun. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it really had a lot of performance, and you know, as far as front-wheel drive cars go from this era, this is definitely right up there with the GTI and you know a few of the other cars that were out at the time. This is kind of pre-Focus ST.
Yeah.
And I don't really think Ford was making anything like this, and GM kind of, you know.
Yeah, this was post SRT4, pre-ST. It was kind
That's
of
right.
middle, so.
Yeah, it filled the gap
Yep.
for the American hot hatch or
Yes, it did.
performance front-wheel drive sedan market.
Yep.
And I think this probably has a little bit more performance than like a Civic Si would from that era, because these are putting down what, 260 horsepower?
260.
Okay.
260.
And what's the weight about? What, like 3,200 pounds?
It's actually 29.
Really? Wow.
At least that's what Google says. It could
That's
be
awesome.
3,000.
Yeah,
around
that's
3,000.
actually pretty good.
Yeah.
If anything, it feels a little bit heavier, I guess, because the steering weight is a little bit heavier than, you know, a lot of other cars this light, and it's front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But you do get a lot of feedback from that steering.
Yeah.
But, you know, as far as like controls go, one thing that's interesting is the shifter is a little bit farther back than I would anticipate. And at first it was kind of weird, it took some getting used to, but once I'm driving the car and I've gotten kind of used to it, and I think it would probably accommodate taller drivers a little bit better too. I'm 5'10", I think you're 5'11" or so, and but the ergonomics of it work. They work really well. Oh yeah.
And you got those Brembo brakes too,
That's right.
which is another thing that only the turbos had.
Yeah, I imagine you'd get pretty good track performance with those Brembos.
Yeah.
One thing with my GTI was that the brakes just never worked on track. And I imagine this would be a slightly different scenario where you could actually maybe get some higher performance pads and some high temp fluid, and you could probably make this a nice little track day car, or at least, you know, it would work out on track. Have you done any autocross or track days or anything with this?
Yep, I've done autocross a few times.
Okay.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it just rockets out of corners.
Yes, it does. You get a lot of low end torque.
Yeah. How's reliability been? Have you had any issues? Anything major? Anything minor?
No, I'm gonna knock on the cheap Chevy plastic.
That's
no,
right.
0 issues.
Cool.
Absolutely none.
That's good.
For the 4 years I've had it. So.
Yeah. What else do you have? You also have a. You said you bought a Lexus IS250 or
IS300.
IS300. Okay.
Yep, an 03. I just bought it. I just bought it a couple weeks ago.
And it's a manual.
It is. It's a 5-speed manual.
Oh man. That's a non-turbo 2JZ, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Non-turbo 2J makes 215 horsepower.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Well, we're gonna.
last two. We'll have to have that. We'll have to film that one as well.
Yeah, we will. And you're starting your own YouTube channel too here soon, or you also you have one going?
I currently have one. Yep.
Okay.
My current one's called Slow Cars Are Us, with an R, like the letter R.
Okay.
And then I'll be starting one up soon. I'll have that posted on
Cool.
Yeah.
This thing's great, man. Alright guys, well hey, we are going to wrap this video up, and hope you've enjoyed this ride in Chris's 2009 Cobalt SS. Thanks again for bringing it out for the second time.
Absolutely.
It's a joy to drive this car. It's fun. So if you're looking for a fun front-wheel drive, relatively lightweight, turbocharged car, I would definitely don't pass up the Cobalt SS, because these are actually quite a bit of fun. This is one of the more fun front-wheel drive platforms that I've driven in recent years. So anyway, man, thanks again. We'll see you guys in the next video.